success plan. So I want to go through the comp plan quick. And this is a great video because it is high level and it's short and sweet, but like it makes a lot of sense. And what I want to go through right now is like how to maximize it too, and how as you promote, like what changes as people promote in your business, what changes. You guys, it's always good for yourself to promote, and it's always good to promote other people. It never affects your pay in a negative way. I'll show you that.
Wait, really
Arbon,
quick. Wait, what was I maybe missed her question. What was her question?
it
There's a
was do we have like a resource? It was in the WhatsApp around like
Yeah, I
just
think I
stuff
saw it, but
that
I didn't.
I could learn and like a new person could learn. And we do, and we have a bunch. And
Okay, okay.
I wish corporate had like a better comprehensive one that was still concise, but they have a super concise one here that's in everyone's app. This is a link from my personal app, but I'm going to go through. Can you guys see this success plan at a glance? Okay. And this is, yes, it's at a glance, right? Earnings.arbon.com, see and know what's typical. Anything's possible, but if you're big into typical, you can go there. I'm not huge into typical. If I looked at what was typical when I started this business, I probably wouldn't have done it. But then again, I would be like, wait, I don't want typical. I'm not typical. And I'm willing to work not typical. My vision is not typical. I'm willing to do all the things beyond typical, obviously, which is what it takes in anything. So when you start, you are an independent consultant. Let's go to this. I'll pause it to help. You earn 35% on client commissions. Now, that really doesn't come into account. Like, it always makes sense for someone to become a preferred client for them. We're out to serve them, not to have a higher commission rate for us. They're paying full retail at that commission rate. They're a lot less likely to come back. They don't get free shipping and free gifts and all the perks. If anyone wants to buy products, it always makes sense to become a preferred client, which we make 15% commission on no matter what your title is. We get paid every Tuesday. I want to shout out Lacey, who's on here, who started recently amidst me and Sandy being like so not in business builder launching mode, but she's like a self-starter. And she was like, oh, I have 4 PCs. And I'm like, wait, what? I sent you like one link. And she just figured it out on her own. And then she's like, oh, I just got paid like $190 on Tuesday. What was that for? I'm like, oh, that's your commissions. Like, which is so cool and such a cool testimonial. Some people want to go it's easy to think about the trips and becoming, an MVP and super. What about like someone just starting and making $190 on a weekly paycheck? Like that's going to help. That's like groceries for the week, depending on how much you eat, organic, is it Whole Foods, whatever. But as a consultant, you get paid 15% commission. As an MVP, anyone at any level gets paid 15% commissions every Tuesday from the week prior, and that's those Tuesday weekly paychecks. Now you get overrides too, and even as a consultant. So if you sign up consultants, whatever they do in volume, it's called override volume. This is where I'm not gonna get into the weeds, but it's a little different than QV on your personally enrolled. So if you start to build a team, let's use Lacey as an independent consultant. Let's say she starts to build out independent consultants under her. She gets paid 6% override on that override volume or value. What it is, it's generally like about the QV, or it's the OV, override volume. It's a little lower than QV. What it actually is you multiply that by 65%, which is an override factor, times the override, which in this case is 6%. You don't need to get in the weeds there. If you do want to look at your paycheck every month, which is smart to see where your money comes from, you can go into, gosh, what is it like? Oh no. Okay.
Mhm.
uh you can go into, it's like me, my team, or like file cabinet, something like that. I'm going to show you real quick. So this is the back office. I go into this like every day that I'm working for sure. um File cabinet here, Arbonne commission statement. You click that, it's going to show all the things on your monthly paycheck. Really smart to do. Like what you track grows, right? So as you start to look at that, you can see where it comes from. You get $100 consultant achiever award when you hit 2,500 in success line QV, aka you and any consultants, and 2 new PCs or ICs with, PCs over a 150 order or QV, and ICs if they do over 250 CQV accounts as an enrollment. Again, we're not getting into all the weeds. We're going to stay high level here, but there's different stuff to review. We have a comp plan folder in our boards, which has great one pagers. I'll just pull up the one pager after so you know. So district manager, when you hit 3,500 this month, you're powering to DM. Hitting district is always the first goal. I don't care if you want to go MVP. It's like, let's focus on going district this month. I don't care if someone's like, oh, I'm just gonna like dabble in this. I'm like, okay, great goals, district. You're gonna get overrides. It's an upgrade in your paycheck. Like, let's do that. Every new person, let's be like, okay, let's go district. And to make it not overwhelming, like let's have a vision of MVP and all the things. First, we gotta go district. Let's do it. So you're a district, you still get 15% commissions. You have a central district. That's you and anyone on your team who's not a district yet. I'll get there with these, first generation, second, third. You get 8% override on your central district OV, override volume, instead of QV. Again, similar to QV, a little different. So you get 8%. And again, that's the override factor. So let's take your QV. Let's say it's 5,000. The override volume might be a little less. Let's say it's 4,500. You're going to take that 4,500. You're going to multiply it by 65%. And this is all in that file cabinet. It'll show you how to do that. I also have a paycheck calculator. If you want that, I can send it out, a template that anyone can use. And then you multiply it by the override, which is this 8% on your district. Now, let's say I'm a district and I promote out Lacey to district manager. She's no longer in my central district, but she's in my first generation district. So I'm still earning 8%. You don't get paid less, but it's now she has her own central district. Now, where that does come into play, which the $200 district manager achiever award or bonus is based on my central district. So the only place that comes into play, like, oh, promoting out someone, is their volume no longer counts towards your bonus, towards that level's bonus, right? But as you can see, you can promote out an infinite amount of districts. Let's say I promote district 1, 2, 3. They're all direct to me, and that maximizes the comp plan. This is the important part. We might go 5 minutes over today, and this will be recorded. But maximizing the comp plan is going 3 wide at every level. I'll get to nation last. That's actually 6 wide. But as soon as you go district, the focus should be, let me go at least 3 districts wide, which means direct to you. Which, let's say Autumn's direct to me. I see Shannon and I see Indiana. They aren't all direct to me, but let's pretend. I promote all of them to district. They're now 3 districts direct to me. I get paid 8% on their districts. I get 8% on my own. Again, of the override volume, the override factor, all the things. Now, let's say I see Shannon promotes a district, Nathalia. So Shannon is my first generation. But Nathalia, and this is just an example, is direct to Shannon, is my second generation. So I get paid 2% on that second generation. Now you can only get paid deep as you are wide. So that's why if I was only 1 district wide, but Shannon promoted Nathalia, I only promoted Shannon, let's say. Shannon promotes Nathalia, Nathalia promotes, let's say, Indiana. That's 3 deep, but I only get paid as deep as I am wide, up to 3 levels. So if I was just Shannon, I wouldn't get paid on these. But as soon as I promote, let's say, Autumn and Lacey, I'm now 3 wide. Now I get paid 3 deep. The deeper it is, the further it is away from you, the less direct you, the less you get paid on it. Naturally, obviously, that's how a comp plan works. But you still do get paid on it, right? So I get paid 2% on, let's say this was Nathalia's, and 1% on whoever, Indiana, I think that was. Now this is, imagine it starts to stack though. Imagine all 3 of these are 3 deep. Now I'm getting paid on 9 districts, different percentages, but I can also go 20 districts wide. That's honestly a goal. I think we're like 15 or something. Like I want to be actually 30, I think is my goal. I think we're close to 20. Like now I'm 30 districts wide and I get paid 3 deep on all of them. So if you, width is paycheck, depth is security. Let's say Shannon is here. She's like, wait, I'm moving to Antarctica to be one with the ice and the snow. I'd say, okay, share business over time. She'd probably demote over time. It's pretty hard to demote. It takes a long time of inactivity, but it's definitely possible. If you do nothing for 6 months, you should expect to like go down a level. But then God, I keep forgetting who. I think this is Nathalia here. Nathalia is direct to me now. And Indiana. So it kind of can shuffle that way. But imagine I'm 30 wide and 3 deep, each of them. That's like you're getting paid on 90 districts, right? District manager, because it's the highest 8%, is often a big part of your paycheck. Your central and your first generation. Let's go to area. It's the same thing that I just mentioned. It's just a 6% override. Now, the cool thing is when I enroll a new PC this month, I just did today, Lance. He was at a retreat I was at. And I get paid 15% commission on because he's a PC. He's in my central district. So I get 8% on that too. I get six, he's in my central area. I get 6% on it. I'm a national vice president. Region, I get paid at the region override and the nation. So like as you start to promote, you get paid a lot more even on your own client sales, which is cool. So this is the same thing. They show 4 here, but you get paid 3 generations deep. So you get 6% on your central area. When you go area, everyone on your team is in your central area. If you promote out a direct area, they have their own central area. So their volume doesn't count towards your bonus, but it does count if you get paid the same amount. It counts towards everything else. Oh, whoops. Um, and yeah, the bonus, steps up to $400 a month. But same thing. So you get paid 6% on your first generation. This person is 4 areas wide. They're getting paid 6% in their own area, 6% on each of these areas. And then because they're 4 wide, they get paid up to 3 deep. You don't get paid 4 deep. You get paid 3 deep on districts, areas, and regions. And it's 1% second generation, 1% third. Now, as you can see, this can start to get a lot. Like, let's say this area number 2 goes 4 wide. Like, whoa, okay, all those people I'm getting paid that 1% on. Let's go say this person goes forward. So this can start to be like when you're Cecilia Stoller, you have a big business, like there's so many layers to it. And it's like 1% is not a big percent, but of a big volume, like that can add up a lot. Region is generally the same thing, just different percentage, right? You get paid as deep as you are wide, up to 3. So again, maximizing the comp plan. As soon as you go area, maximizing your comp plan will be going 3 areas wide, because as soon as you're 3 areas deep, you'll get paid that full depth. If you go area and you're 1 area wide, but then you have this huge leg and they start to promote out all these areas under you, you're only going to get paid 1 deep, not not the 3 levels deep. So that's why it's like ultimately maximizing is like, I want to be 3+ wide at each level, and the nation 6, but we'll get there. This is the same. Region paychecks can get pretty big because central regions are naturally bigger. They're just bigger numbers than a central district or area. But you get paid 3% on your first generation. So this person's 3 regions wide. As you can see, let's say this person promotes 2 direct regions. Let's say this person promotes 4 direct regions. Look at that. You're getting paid on your direct, their 2 directs, you get 2%. That one's 4 directs, you get 2%. So, width is paycheck, depth is security. If these people all quit and eventually weren't regions, all these people would roll up to me. I'd be working with them. It's called tap rooting. You work with the workers. Like at region, I'm letting these people lead. Like they're their own leaders. Like I'm still there, but they're doing a lot of their team leading. But if I see this person just kind of moves to Antarctica or ghosts, I'm gonna start working with them. Like and them, honestly. Now, not to hamstring these leaders, but if I see a leader step away or isn't ready, like I'm gonna work with these people, right? At RVP, there's a $600 VP award that steps up from districts two consultants 100, districts $200 bonus, areas 400, regions 600. There's also the call it Mercedes award. It's up to 800. It depends on what benchmark you hit. If you don't have a Mercedes, you get 75% of it. So you could get a Cadillac Escalade or not have a car or have a bike, you get 600 instead of the 800. So there is a benefit to having a white Mercedes. You got to send in every year your registration. You can buy, lease it, anything. I might at some point buy like an old convertible Mercedes just to have it for life, to always show, look, I got a white Mercedes, even though I want different cars. And family Mercedes are like 90, 100 grand. I'm like, just not a good wealth move to buy $100,000 Mercedes right now. Just not in the cards. Just not, that's not, I'd have to be making $5 million to want to do that. Anyways, I'm more on investing than buying like flashy, really expensive cars. National vice president, this is the only nuance a little bit different. So you get paid 1% override, but you get paid up to 6 deep. But you only get paid as deep as you are wide. So right now we are 1 nationwide, but we're 6, maybe 7 by now, nations deep. We only get paid 1 nation deep. Now we've maximized the comp plan at district area. We're like 20 districts wide, like 8 to 10 areas and 5 regions. So that's more than 3 at each. So we get paid 3 deep at each of those. We're 1 nationwide. And our goal is to go at least 6. Um, because that's also going to maximize our comp. We aren't getting paid on 5 nations deep. Now it's 1%, but 1% of a big number is a good amount. Like if we go 6 wide, earnings.arbon.com, like our paychecks can be 6 figures monthly for sure, like energetic minimum. Earnings.arbon.com, not typical, not saying that's going to happen, yada yada. Don't quote me on that, etc. But okay, 6 deep, and then $1,000 Mercedes bonus if you have a white Mercedes. I think if you hit a lower benchmark, it's 875. If you choose not to have a white Mercedes, again, you get 75% of that 1,000, which is 750. So they still give you, you don't need a white Mercedes, but they've just had a long-standing brand partnership. It's kind of like prestige a little bit, like where you guys get it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else there that they want to share. I know this is super high level, but there's no limit to what you can work towards and achieve with your Arbonne business. Gonna stop share there. And that's so true, right? If you want to make $100 million, you probably need to start up a tech company, raise a lot of money, take a lot of risk, be an absolute savage, work your butt off, not get paid for a long time. And you have less than 1% chance of exiting, less than a 0.1% chance of exiting and selling $100 million. Arbonne, you could, if you had like half the world on your Arbonne team, make that much. There's no cap, there's no limit. But this is millions of dollars, right? A year is the top, but it's like the best lifestyle to earnings I've seen, because my friends that are millionaires versus the people I know in Arbonne, like the lifestyle is pretty epic, and the leverage, the residual piece. Gosh, I might not be able to share this publicly. I don't think you can say residual and all things. Make sure we aren't sharing this on social media or anything. But it's I haven't seen anything like it, honestly. In the ability, the time, people don't clock in 9 to 5 Monday through Friday in Arbonne. It's just like what you do. It's a part of you. It's around your schedule. It's honestly usually part-time. It's tough to work 40-hour Arbonne week. And it's smart. It's a very smart, leverageable business model. So I know that was high level, might still be a little bit like Latin to you guys, but I'll stay on. Is there any Q&A? Obviously, if you need to hop off, hop off. But is there any Q&A? Is there anything? I'll share this recording. I'm going to splice it up so it's just comp plan. I'll even have AI like kind of do a summary of it. But type in the chat or feel free to unmute if you have questions, and we can just fire away.
Thank you so much for that, Wade. I just feel like when I started this business in Thailand, I was just like, okay, I'm just going. I know that if I put the habits in place, the money will follow. So I wasn't really looking at the numbers and being like, oh, how much does this make me? How much does this make me? And like, how deep do I have to go? I just like head down and wanted to get the work done. But now that I am building a team, I feel like I want to be able and feel empowered to like speak about it in a way that makes sense to
Yep.
them so that they can see the potential. And this has been very helpful for helping me understand. Like, so just a quick question, like when you say central district, it's when you are a district. And when you're an area, you're saying central area because it's everything below you as an area. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So your central district, think about it as like everyone on your team who hasn't promoted district yet. If you're a district, which you're a district, when someone promotes a district, you still get paid the same on them, but they have their own central district. And that's where you actually can't see them in your back office, because it's everyone saying, hey, they're at the same level as you. You shouldn't necessarily be leading them. Like, focus on you going area. Don't look all at their team. They got their own team, like still lead them, but like we're not showing you their team in numbers, because that's your cue to go area. When you do go area, you do see them again, and they're in your central area because they're still a district. Now, the pay is the same. Again, the only difference is doesn't count towards your bonus because only your central. So that's when I said Blake, Ashley, and Chase, Paige all popped out of our region. That's where I'm like, what, we effortlessly hit our VP bonus every single month. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, like I still get paid the same amount in their businesses. They've all grown, so get paid on a higher business, on a higher volume, but it doesn't count towards my RVP bonus. Now, we still hit our volume and everything, but we didn't hit the enrollment because I only enrolled maybe like 5 or so people, and our central region wasn't like balling. Last month wasn't a big enrollment month. GTC is usually very sales focused, new product sales, 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 sales. Like no one really crushed it in enrollment probably in the whole company, honestly. Just kind of a natural thing. But yeah, so the only thing is people will come out of your district. When they promote the district, you get paid the same, but they're out of your district. When you go area, they're in your central area because they're different districts. When they go area, they're out of your central area, still get paid the same, but it doesn't count towards that area bonus. Now, when you go region, they're in your central region, and they count towards your region bonus. But when they go region, they're out of your central region. So you get paid the most on your central and your first generation district. And let me just share real quick. Some people are gonna love this. I have a whole what you track grows. I got all these things, monthly dashboard. I got all this stuff. I don't use it all the time. Portugal, paycheck calculators, etc. Let's just look at this. Now this is for nation. This is how it's set up. And you can also, I can show you how to go find your RV to go do this. But like I said, let's say my central district is 37,000. I take 65% of that is 24,000. 8% of that is $2,000. There's a 40 almost $45,000 earnings for the month. So you can start to see. But this is where, okay, I'm 3 districts wide at least. So I get paid this. And I can show you where to find these numbers. Real quick. It's under team reports. Sorry. It's under me, success line details. And then you got to go to level sales report. You click that. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at, can you? So again, look at your file cabinet and you'll see these commission statements to see how you get paid. If you go to me, success line details, you go to level sales report, there's a pop-up off the screen that you can't see, but this is where you can start to find those values if you're one of those people. Now, most people don't do this. They don't know how to calculate their paycheck. They don't know how they get paid. They just know if I just keep growing my business. Now, I think it's smart to know, but you don't need to be like my level knowledge on it. Just know like the closer business is to you, if you just focus on enrolling and promoting people, that's all that matters. Like I talked to Carly Pynchon, she makes a lot of money in this business. She doesn't know this stuff. So you don't need to know it. It's just like, I'm just going to grow. I'm just going to grow. I know how to get paid, right? Like but someone who's 3 deep from me, you get paid a lot less on than someone you directly brought in or direct to you. And that makes sense, right? And so everyone's saying, hey, thanks for bringing this person in, who brought them in, who brought them in. You're going to get paid a less on those layers deep, more on what's close to you or direct to you. Okay, what else? What other questions do we have? Any? Oh, yeah, that's right, Alicia. It would be motivating to see how much are leaving. Usually that doesn't come into play a lot. Like, not a high percentage of our run consultants are leaving overrides on the table. So that's like not something for the masses as much as it is for someone who's brought in. Yeah, only that wouldn't affect a lot of people. But anyways, any last questions? I'll send a few resources out. I can send this paycheck calculator. I'll blank it out for you guys to enter your stuff. I will send the 1-pager. Just go to team boards real quick. I'll share my screen. I know this isn't like the most fun, inspiring type stuff, but like it is pretty beneficial. So guys, you could go nation just with his boards and some work ethic. Not that it's perfect and always updated, but there's a good amount of stuff in here. You also don't even need to look at it or go through it, but there are a lot of answers in here. I like this. It's just a 1-pager, kind of shows you how to promote to each level. It's old, so it doesn't have the power to district. It doesn't have the reduced quals, but it starts to show, okay, what's maintenance? What commissions do I order?